Hello, welcome to week 3 of Featherstone's Winter CSA. I'm going to show you what we have in the box this week. First on the line, we have delicata squash, which was the featured vegetable in the newsletter this week. This is a little different than some of your long-storing squash that you've had already this year. These delicatas they have a thin skin, so you don't need to worry about peeling them. They make a really nice, great, easy weeknight meal because you can just cut them in half, scoop out the seeds. I really like to just cut them into little half moons and bake them on a baking sheet. They'll get a little bit caramelized and they're so good. But these are not gonna store as long as your butternuts or your kabochas. So I'd say use these this week, or you can keep them for a little bit, but just keep an eye out for bad spots and make sure they're in a dry, dark spot. But those are a favorite winter squash around here. You'll also see some of the staple storage crops. The beautiful cabbage. We've had an awesome cabbage here this year, so we'll have a lot of those. We've got Featherstone carrots. We have, looks like, red onions this week. Those will be nice. We also have red potatoes. Nice big red potatoes for Thanksgiving mashed potatoes. We have red beets, which will also store really well in your fridge, but also make great dishes for Thanksgiving table. This is a new one this week, and this is one of my favorites, actually. I don't know if it's the most popular, but this is a rutabaga. It's related to purple top turnips. It's related to all the brassicas, but these are, if you roast these up, maybe mash them, it's got a really rich, creamy, yellow flavor. It's a lot like a turnip, but a little bit different. So I highly recommend you take the time to experiment with these, find some good recipes. They're great diced up in just a normal roast in your oven, mixed with these other root vegetables, or mashed for a side, but that's definitely one of my favorites. This is one of our first farm partnership items of this year. Our returning members know a little bit about Meadowlark Community Mill out of Wisconsin. They grow and support a lot of farmers who grow really awesome local grain and bean products here in our area, and they have a mill right there on their farm where they prepare the local grain. So this batch was milled the beginning of November, so this is about as fresh as it gets. You can use this all-purpose flour for really anything you would use all-purpose flour for. Cookies, pastries, bread, it's great all around. So definitely recommend checking out their website. They have an awesome grain CSA program. All their products are really cool, so we're excited to be partnering with them again. We have one more week here of tomatoes from the high tunnels, so I really think this might be the end of them. You'll see different levels of ripeness. So if you get ones that are more on the green side, just keep those in their paper bag, leave them on your counter, and those will ripen up and you'll still have tomatoes 10 days from now. But some of you will get ones that are nice and red and ready to go today. I just made a really great chili out of fresh red tomatoes from the tunnel, so that was a fun first for this time of year. We also have a lot of nice greens still coming out of the field right now. This was maybe the last week of really warm temperatures here, unseasonably warm temperatures. So you will find a normal green curly kale. We've got this beautiful lofty red Russian kale, which is a little bit thinner leaf, a little bit more tender, nice for salads. We have another round of mustards. Hopefully you all have figured out how to cook with mustards this winter CSA. We've seen a lot of those. We've got the tatsoi. This is the last of the parsley. We're really getting down there on parsley, but the guys really thought it'd be nice to have one more round of parsley for you all to use for Thanksgiving tables or tabbouleh, or it's nice to have another round of that from the field. We've got really beautiful fat bunches of arugula. And then we have spinach. And so I wanted to explain a little bit more about the spinach this week. We dug into the first of our high tunnel spinach, and this is gonna be small, tender, growing tips, little leaves that are really nice for salads, and just a lot more tender. We're finding that we have a lot of downy mildew in our tunnels, so it's taking a lot of time to dig through and find the nice spinach for the customers. So we had to head out to the field and dig into some of the big hardy leaves that are a little bit faster to clean. So you'll get one or the other. Both are really great. These bags that came from outside, they're washing and drying them for you right now. So these are gonna be just a thicker, hardier leaf that's maybe a little better in sautés, or you're gonna wanna chop it up if you're gonna use it for salads. But just wanted to show there's kind of two different pack styles here for the spinach. But yeah, that's the lineup for week 3. Still a lot of great green things here alongside the storage vegetables. Enjoy and happy Thanksgiving.